Hey there, welcome back. Welcome to this interview question series about Java. Now you might be mastered in Selenium, but for cracking interview, Java is must basically, right? So everyone is asking about could be any programming language, right? But major share is of Java, right? So I'm starting a video series where I'm going to explain interview programs basically, which are common repetitively asked for Java. Okay, so the most important one today is without this kind of questions, your interview might not happen. So the question is various ways to reverse the string. Okay, so I'm covering 3-4 different types over here, right? So various ways to reverse the string in Java. So we have three ways. In fact, we have four ways. The fourth way I'm going to talk in the another video because that's the most efficient way to reverse the string. That's little complicated, but let's see. So the three way commonly used are we have some inbuilt methods. Then we can iterate on the string and we can use recursion. Let's talk about that quickly. Okay. So I have this class. Okay. So the first way, what I said is using inbuilt methods. Using inbuilt methods. Second one, what I said is using or I'll say iterating on a string. And the third one is using recursion. Okay, so let's talk about the first one, using inbuilt methods. So you might be aware about two classes of Java, which are StringBuilder and StringBuffer. Right, so these are the mutable Java classes basically which we can use, right? So by using this string buffer or string builder, we can achieve the reversing of the string, and that's pretty straightforward, right? Just a one line of code and we can get it done, right? So I'll create one method public and I'll return string and reverse using, let us say I can use any, okay, string buffer or string builder. So I'm going to use, let us say, string builder. The difference in between both of them is one is synchronized and another one is non-synchronized. So I'm going to pass a string over here, string str, right? And how we do that is so I can use something like, okay, let's first create a string. So by using string builder, so I'll use string builder sb is equal to new string builder, and here I'll pass the string. Fine. And now what I can return is I can simply do sb dot reverse. So we have directly reverse method into a string buffer, and we have even that in string builder, so you can use any, right? So this sb dot reverse is going to give me the reverse of this particular string, and in fact I need to convert it into to string. Okay, so now this thing will give me the reverse version of this specific string. Okay, and this is what I'm going to return from this method, right? That's it. Okay, and even I can skip this line. Okay, so what I can do is, instead of writing this string buffer sb or let it be, I can directly use this object, but let it be. So this is the one way. Fine, I'm going to test it later on. This is the one way, or let us test it now. So I'll create one main method, and in the main method, let us create object of this reverse string s res is equal to new reverse string, and res dot reverse using string builder, and I'll just pass my name, so that let's see if my string get reversed. This is pretty simple basically. I need to print it, right? Can you see it is reversed, right? So it's pretty straightforward. Your where it is, yeah, string builder dot reverse dot to string, right? A reverse method which is directly present into the string builder and string buffer. Fine. The another way what I was talking is about iterating onto the string. Okay, let me create one method quickly. Public void reverse using iteration on string. Okay, and here as well I'm going to pass the string str, and fine. So uh, what I want to do is basically I want to iterate over the string. Let us say my string is Prakash. So what I'll do is, in this case, I'm going to convert this string into the character array. Like, so this P will be stored into array of 0, R will be stored into array of 1, A will be stored into array of 2, likewise, right? So I'm going to split it into array. How? So let us create character array kya, an array of, and I'll give something like ch is equal to how to convert a string into character array using the method called as toChar array. Okay, so by using this method my string is getting converted into character array now. Okay, so I can access it. I can access any value from the string is with the help of array now, something like character of 0, character of 1, something like that. Okay, character of 1 should give me some value, right? Now what I want to do is I want to like move this p from start to last, or what I'll do is I will create another variable. Let us say string reverse string and is equal to, initially it is spaces. Now I want to store the reverse version of string into this specific string. Fine. Now how to reverse? So I have converted into the char array. Now first what I want to read it, let us say my string is Prakash. So first I should read this H, right? Then I should read this S, and I should at the same time I should be storing all those value after reading into new string, right? So what I'll do is, since I have already converted it into the character array, I'm going to use for loop. Okay, so let us use for loop for, right? And from where I'm going to start, I'm going to start from H, right? So how to get the last position of my string? Using string dot length, right? So I'll use int I is equal to my string dot length, str dot length. So that means I'm going to start from last, right? And followed by I is greater than 0. So I want to continue till I is greater than 0, and finally I minus minus, right? Because first I'll go with, let us say, position 6, then I'll go with position 5, then I'll go with position 4, likewise. So I'm using I minus minus. Great. uh, Fine. Now what I want to do is I want to simply use reverse string is equal to reverse string, whatever it is, plus what is the character, right? So if I want to accept the last character, it is going to be H, right? So how to access this H now? By using ch of, how to retrieve the value of character? By using ch of in square bracket I should give I. In fact I should give it as I minus 1, because indexing will start from 0, right? So I'll be giving it as a I minus 1, right? And this is going to give me the reversed version of the string, so that this for loop will continue till it reaches to p, right? Once it reaches to p, this it will come out of this for loop, and that's it, right? So I should return it basically. So let me return reverse string from here, right? And I should change my return type to string, right? Now let's test this again. It's very pretty straightforward. So what I'll do is I'll simply do res dot reverse using iteration this time, and I'm going to pass the same string Prakash. Okay, and I should use system.out.println. Right, let me execute it quickly. Yeah, so it is working again perfectly, right? So the first way we saw is using inbuilt method, and second way we saw is by iterating over the string. That is, first we converted it into the character array, then we reversed it. Great. Now the third way, which is little difficult to understand, let's talk about that using recursion. So how recursion works basically? So recursion, or let me type it here itself. Recursion is nothing but calling method within same method. Okay, something like that. Okay, I'm calling method within the method, right? But I need to make sure that I should set, remember to set proper exit point. Otherwise, if I'm not putting exit point, then the method will be calling again and again, so it will loop, it will enter into infinite loop. So I need to make sure that I set the proper exit loop, exit point basically. Okay, so you'll understand that what it is. Now how to write it? Let's create one method, public void, and I'll say reverse using recursion, and yeah. So now how recursion works basically, let me tell you. So if I have some name, let us say as Prakash, Okay, now how recursion will work? So in recursion, what we will do is, or let me write the program first. Fine. So what I'll do is I'll pass the string again. I'll say string str. Okay. Now the very first thing is, what's happening? Okay, why I'm giving space over here? Sorry. Okay, so first we should do a check, right? So if my str dot length, if its length is equal to 0, then exit, right? So in that case, return original string, whatever string we have, right? Because my string is empty. That's fine. Now in order to set this return, I should change the method return type to string. Fine. Now my recursion will come into picture. How? I'm going to return, right? I'm going to return what I'm going to return. I'm going to return something in which I'm going to call the same method, right? So I'm going to return the same method, right? So what I'll do is I'll return the same method, okay? But in that I'll pass some parameter, right? What is my parameter? My parameter which I'm going to use is the same method parameter. So it accepts as a string, right? But this time what I'm going to give it, so let us say I have now Prakash, okay? I have string as Prakash, okay? So how I need to reverse it? So first, I can I can do either way, right? So in the earlier way, iteration, what we did is first we read this h, then we added it on the start. So we read h, then we add it on the start, then we read s, then we added, then we read a, something like that, okay? But in this case what we are trying to do is, in recursion we will be reading it first. The first byte we are going to read it first, okay? So first I'll read, let us say, p, okay? Then I'll just remove this p, right? Or instead of removing, I'll use the substring of this method, right? So that it will read only this part, rakesh, right? So if I use this string dot substring of 1, so that it will read only this part, so this time it will skip p, right? Now how to get, okay, before that, how to get first character out of this string? Using char at 0, right? So if I use something like str dot char at 0, so this is going to give me the uh, first value of the string. So now I got p, right? Now I got p, right? So but I need to call the same method again and again to find out this r, right? So how to get this r? Again, if I know, if I want to get this r, then I should get first find out its substring, because now if I want to get r with the help of char at 0, then I should remove this p, right? Then only char at 0 will give me r, right? Now how to pass this rakesh to this particular method? Using substring, right? How? Using something like str dot substring of 1, right? So and I will add this so that it will keep adding it continuously, right? And this should work. Okay, let me give a quick check and then I'll elaborate it again. Okay, so I'll use the third way. So instead of reverse using string, I'll use reverse using recursion. Okay, and let me execute quickly if it works. Yes, it is working perfectly. Now let me explain it quickly again. So so initially first time what will happen is, so first time I have given a string called as Prakash. Fine. Now it is checking, okay, if length is 0, no, that's fine. Now if length is not 0, then first let us understand from start. So I want to read the first byte, that is p, right? And how to get p? Using something like this, str dot character at 0, right? And I am writing it after something, right? So this will go always at the last, right? So character at 0 will give me p, right? Now I got, from this I got p, right? And that is at last, right? And now what I'm doing is, out of this string, since I have already got p, now next text I want to pass is by skipping this first p, that is rakesh, right? So that's the reason I am passing the argument to the same method is, I'm calling the same method, right? And in the same method I am passing the argument str dot substring of 1. That means substring of 1 means rakesh, right? Substring means it just start from some index, so I'm using starting from index 1. So now it will pass RAKSH, right? And in this case, what I got is I got R. I got R. Right now, in the third iteration, what I will do is once I got this R, okay. Now what I want to pass, I want to pass only AKSH, that is Akash. I want to pass, right? And once I pass Akash, what I'll get using char 0, I'll get A, something like that, right? So likewise, the loop will continue until I get to H. By using this, I should get K, okay. And likewise, it will continue till I get finally H, right? And how to get H? By using char 0, I'm only going to get H, right? And in that case, I'll get length of is equal to 0, right? In the next iteration after this, right? So this is how it is going to call the same method again and again. And while calling, I'm just getting the last character, not last character, the first character, and passing the string, the remaining string to the method, right? That is what called as recursion. I am calling the same method again and again. I am calling method within method, okay. So these are basically the three ways to reverse the string, okay. The very quick way is using string buffer or string builder, which are the two more string classes provided by Java, right? And the second way is by using iterating on the string, first convert it to char array, then read it, and then append it, something like that. And then the next one is by using recursion, okay. So this recursion might be little difficult to understand, but yeah, so this is the logic how it works, okay. So that's it. And in the next video, so we have one more way basically, and which I'll call it as a most efficient way, or I'll call it as a most memory efficient way to reverse the string in Java, okay. So that I'm going to talk in as a next question, okay. So thank you.